I never thought I'd see the day when Linda Harper, the iron-fisted queen of our Willow Creek HOA, would face the music. But there she was, standing in the middle of Nana Bella's Italian kitchen, her voice sharp as a razor as she berated a trembling young server. Her plate was scraped clean, her napkin tossed aside like a discarded crown, and she was VYing her receipt like it was a declaration of war. "This food was cold and tasteless," she snapped, her eyes narrowing at the poor waitress, who looked like she wanted to disappear. "I demand to speak to your manager. I'm not paying for this garbage. I was just finishing my lasagna at a corner table, trying to mind my own business, when this drama unfolded." As the manager approached, tablet in hand, something flickered across Linda's face, something I'd never seen on her smug, always in control expression. Doubt. Everyone in Willow Creek knew Linda. For 3 years, she'd ruled our HOA like a dictator, turning a simple neighborhood group into her personal empire. Her monthly violation notices were the stuff of nightmares. Do law 150 fines for Leah VYing your trash can out 5 minutes too long. Do law 75 for grass a fraction too tall. And don't get me started on the do law 150 she tried to slap me with last summer for unauthorized foliage, because a few daisies dared to bloom in my yard. But Linda's tyranny didn't stop at our cul-de-sacs. She had a side hustle that was downright infamous. She'd hit up local restaurants, devour every bite of her meal, then kick up a fuss to get it comped. Most places caved, figuring it was easier to eat the cost than deal with her tantrums or a scathing online re-VYEW. I'd seen her pull this stunt before, always too uneasy to say anything. Nana Bella's, a cozy, family-run spot that had fed our town for decades, had been one of her VY Tims 6 months ago. Linda had scored a free Do La 78 dinner after claiming she found a hair in her empty plate of shrimp scampi. I was there that night, and I knew she was lying. But today, she must have thought enough time had passed to try her luck again. Big mistake. Nana Bella's hadn't forgotten her. Not one bit. I watched it all go down from my table. Linda strutted in at noon, demanding the best seat in the house despite no reservation. She was decked out in her usual get-up crisp white slacks, a baby blue blouse, and enough gold jewelry to weigh down a small ship. Her platinum blonde bob was flawless, not a strand out of place. The hostess sat her at a prime window booth, and I caught the subtle glance the staff exchanged. For the next hour, Linda played her part like a pro. She ordered the priciest items on the menu: a glass of top-shelf Pinot, a burrata appetizer, and the chef's special veal saltimbocca. She was all smiles with her server, a young guy named Jake, complimenting his wonderful Ser VYC and asking how long he'd been there. I knew her game. She was buttering him up, softening the ground for the blow she'd deliver later. When her plate was spotless, not a speck of sauce left, she pushed it away, and her face transformed. Gone was the charm. In its place was pure venom. She waved Jake over with a flick of her wrist. "Excuse me," she said, her voice dripping with fake disappointment. This meal was absolutely inedible. The veal was tough as shoe leather, the sauce was bland, and I'm certain the vegetables weren't fresh. Jake blinked, confused. "But you ate everything, ma'am." Linda's eyes flashed. "I was star VYing. That doesn't mean it was good. Get your manager. I'm not paying for this. And I'll be Leah VYing a 1-star re-VYEW to warn everyone about this place." The restaurant hushed. Diners shifted in their seats, sensing the storm brewing. This was Linda's superpower, making just enough noise to bully businesses into submission. Jake scurried to the back, and moments later, out came Mr. Moretti, the owner's son and manager. Unlike the groveling managers Linda usually steamrolled, he looked calm, almost amused. "Ms. Harper," he said smoothly, "I understand you're unhappy with your meal." Linda leaned into her performance, her voice loud enough for nearby tables to hear. "Unhappy? This was a disgrace. As a respected customer and president of Willow Creek HOA, I expect better. I won't pay a dime for this slop." Mr. Moretti nodded, then dropped the hammer. "That's odd, because you seem to enjoy it thoroughly. You cleaned your plate." Linda huffed. "I was being polite, but it was awful." His smile didn't waver, but his tone sharpened. "Ms. Harper, This isn't your first VY sit. 6 months ago, you ate every bite of your meal, claimed there was a hair, and got it comped. We made a note in our system. Today, we kept a close eye on you. He turned his tablet to reveal crystal-clear security footage of Linda's table. There she was, savoring every bite, closing her eyes in delight, even mopping up the sauce with her bread. The restaurant went dead silent, save for the faint Italian music overhead. Linda's face cycled through shock, embarrassment, and then white-hot rage. "This is an invasion of privacy," she shrieked, her hands trembling. "You can't film customers without consent. I'll sue you for harassment." By now, phones were out, recording her meltdown. Linda spun on the other diners. "Put those away. You don't have my permission to film me." She jabbed a finger at Mr. Moretti. "You're targeting me because I'm the HOA president. This is discrimination." Mr. Moretti didn't flinch. "We record all areas for security, as noted at the entrance. Now, please pay your due, Law 94.37 bill, and leave. We reserve the right to refuse SARE VYC to anyone abusing our policies." Linda crossed her arms. "I'm not paying for substandard food, and I'm not Leah VYing until you apologize and calm my meal." She planted herself by the register, blocking other customers. The tension was suffocating. I saw a staff member quietly pick up a phone. 20 minutes of Linda's ranting later, 2 police officers walked in. My heart raced. This was getting real. The officers approached Linda, who was still preaching her VY Tim Hood to anyone listening. "Ma'am," the taller one said, "we got a call about a customer refusing to pay. Can we talk outside?" Linda's eyes blazed. "Officers, thank God you're here. This restaurant scammed me, served me inedible food, and now they're humiliating me." The second officer re-VY-EU'd the footage with Mr. Moretti, then turned to Linda. "Ma'am, the VY Deo shows you eating everything with no issues. Refusing to pay for SARE VYCES rendered is theft of SARE VYC, a crime in this state." Linda sputtered. "This is absurd. I'm a community leader. Check my record. I am the Willow Creek HOA president." The officer was unmoved. "The law applies to everyone. Pay your bill, or we'll arrest you for theft of SARE VYC." Linda looked around, maybe hoping for a sympathetic face, but all she got were stares and camera lenses. For a split second, I thought she'd cave. Instead, she straightened, chin high, and declared, "I won't be extorted. This is a matter of principle." The officer sighed, pulling out handcuffs. "Linda Harper, you're under arrest for theft of SARE VYC." The restaurant froze as they cuffed her. Linda's protests echoed as they let her out. "Do you know how much I pay in taxes? I want your badge numbers. My lawyer will bury you." The door swung shut, and the room exhaled. That evening, the story hit the local news, part of a segment on dine-in-dash crackdowns. 2 days later, at an emergency HOA meeting, the board voted 6-1 to oust Linda as president, citing conduct unbecoming. In court, the judge had no patience for her sob story. She was ordered to pay the due Law 94.37 bill, a due Law 500 fine, and 40 hours of community SARE VYC. The look on her face when the gavel fell was priceless, worth every fine she'd ever pinned on me. The next week, I passed on Arbella's and spotted a framed receipt by the register, a sticky note attached. She paid. Just not how she planned. But here's where it gets messy. Was Linda a VY Lane who got what she deserved? Or was she unfairly targeted by a restaurant out for revenge? Did Nana Bella's go too far by filming her every bite? Or was it their only defense against her scam? Should the police have given her a chance to pay and leave? Or was the arrest the wake-up call she needed? And what about us? The bystanders, were we complicit for staying silent all those times she pulled this before? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you felt the justice, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you talking.